Hello, my darlings. It's awards season again, and you know what that means. Red carpets, awkward acceptance speeches, and enough drama to fuel a year's worth of reality TV. But before we get ahead of ourselves, we need to talk about the nominations, and today we're diving headfirst into the wonderful world of the BAFTA Film Awards. The BAFTA Film Awards nominations have just been announced, and let me tell you, it's a veritable who's who of cinematic brilliance. We've got everything from sweeping epics to intimate character studies, all vying for that coveted BAFTA mask. Stay tuned as we reveal the top contenders for this year's prestigious awards. You won't want to miss a single juicy detail. Now let's get down to the big one, shall we? The nominees for Best Film are always a mixed bag, and this year is no exception. We've got the usual suspects. Big-budget blockbusters with more CGI than a superhero convention. But don't think for a minute that BAFTA has forgotten about the little guys. First up, we have The Banshees of Inisherin, a dark comedy about two friends who have a bit of a falling out. Then there's Everything Everywhere All at Once, a wild ride through parallel universes with Michelle Yeoh at her absolute best. And of course, no Best Film category would be complete without a historical drama. This year it's The Fabelmans, Steven Spielberg's semi-autobiographical coming-of-age story. Now, I could go on and on about all the nominees, but I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise, would I? Let's just say that this year's Best Film category is a tough one to call. It's a real nail-biter. Stay tuned to see who takes home the prize. Now, onto a category near and dear to my heart, Outstanding British Film. Leading the pack is After Love, a poignant drama about a woman who discovers her deceased husband's secret family. Next, we have Boiling Point, a single-take thriller set in a restaurant kitchen. It's absolutely electrifying, and Stephen Graham gives a performance that will leave you breathless. And who could forget Belfast, Kenneth Branagh's semi-autobiographical coming-of-age story set during the Troubles? This year, it's Cyrano, a musical adaptation of Edmund Rostan's classic play. Peter Dinklage is simply divine as the titular Cyrano. So there you have it, darlings, a diverse and exciting lineup of films that showcase the very best of British cinema. Now let's talk about the people who make the magic happen behind the camera, the directors. These are the visionaries, the storytellers, the ones who somehow managed to wrangle a cast and crew of hundreds to bring their creative vision to life. This year's Best Director category is a veritable who's who of cinematic genius. We've got Jane Campion with her haunting Western The Power of the Dog. Then there's Kenneth Branagh, who's nominated for his aforementioned love letter to his hometown, Belfast. And let's not forget about Denis Villeneuve, the master of science fiction, who's nominated for his epic adaptation of Dune. This year, those surprises come in the form of Ryusuke Hamaguchi, nominated for his quiet but powerful drama, Drive My Car, and Paul Thomas Anderson, nominated for his coming-of-age comedy, Licorice Pizza. So there you have it, darlings, a diverse and talented group of directors who have given us some of the most memorable films of the year. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and practice my acceptance speech. Ah, the leading men, the heartthrobs, the villains, the ones who command our attention with a single glance. This year's Best Leading Actor category is full of them, each one more talented than the last. First up, we have Benedict Cumberbatch, who's nominated for his chilling performance as a domineering rancher in The Power of the Dog. Then there's Will Smith, who's finally getting the recognition he deserves for his portrayal of Richard Williams in King Richard. And let's not forget about Leonardo DiCaprio, who's nominated for his hilarious turn as an exasperated astronomer in Don't Look Up. This year, those surprises come in the form of Adil Akhtar in Ali and Ava, and Mahershala Ali in Swan Song. So there you have it, darlings, a diverse and talented group of actors who have given us some of the most memorable performances of the year. Now let's hear it for the ladies. The Best Leading Actress category is always a tough one, and this year is no exception. First up, we have Lady Gaga, who's proving that she's more than just a pop star with her stunning performance as Patrizia Reggiani in House of Gucci. Then there's Olivia Colman, who's nominated for her heartbreaking performance as a mother struggling to connect with her daughter in The Lost Daughter. And let's not forget about Kristen Stewart, who's finally getting the recognition she deserves for her portrayal of Princess Diana in Spencer. This year, those surprises come in the form of Alana Haim in Licorice Pizza and Emilia Jones in Coda. So there you have it, darlings, a diverse and talented group of actresses who have given us some of the most memorable performances of the year. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and practice my best I'm not worthy bow. The supporting players, they may not always get top billing, but they're the glue that holds a film together. This year's Best Supporting Actor category is full of them, each one more talented than the last. First up, we have Kieran Hines, who's nominated for his heartbreaking performance as a loving grandfather in Belfast. Then there's Cody Smith-McPhee, who's nominated for his breakthrough performance as a sensitive teenager in The Power of the Dog. And let's not forget about Troy Kotsur, who's making history as the first deaf male actor to be nominated for a BAFTA. This year, those surprises come in the form of Jesse Plemons in The Power of the Dog and Mike Feist in West Side Story. So there you have it, darlings, a diverse and talented group of actors who have given us some of the most memorable performances of the year. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and practice my best. You're amazing. Hug, one can never be too prepared. Now let's hear it for the ladies who bring the drama, the comedy, and everything in between. The Best Supporting Actress category is always a treat, and this year is no exception. First up, we have Ariana DeBose, who's already snagged a Golden Globe for her electrifying performance as Anita in West Side Story. Then there's Catriona Balfe, who's nominated for her heartbreaking performance as a loving mother in Belfast. And let's not forget about Kirsten Dunst, who's nominated for her nuanced performance as a woman struggling to cope with her new husband's brother in The Power of the Dog. This year, those surprises come in the form of Anjanue Ellis in King Richard and Jessie Buckley in The Lost Daughter. So there you have it, darlings, a diverse and talented group of actresses who have given us some of the most memorable performances of the year. Now, let's give it up for the wordsmiths, the storytellers, the ones who spin tales that transport us to other worlds. The Best Original Screenplay category is always fascinating. First up, we have Belfast, Kenneth Branagh's coming-of-age story. Then there's Don't Look Up, Adam McKay's satirical comedy, and Licorice Pizza, Paul Thomas Anderson's coming-of-age story. This year we have King Richard, Zach Balin's inspiring story, and The Worst Person in the World, Eskil Vogt and Joachim Trier's romantic comedy drama. So there you have it, a diverse group of writers with original films. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to work on my own screenplay. The art of adaptation. Taking a beloved book, play, or even a true story and transforming it into a cinematic masterpiece is no easy feat. But the nominees in the Best Adapted Screenplay category have done just that, taking existing material and making it their own. First up, we have Coda, Sian Heden heartwarming and funny remake of the French film La Famille Bélier. Then there's Drive My Car, Ryusuke Hamaguchi and Takamasa Oe's adaptation of Haruki Murakami's short story. And let's not forget about Dune, John Spates, Denis Villeneuve and Eric Roth's adaptation of Frank Herbert's science fiction epic. This year, those surprises come in the form of The Lost Daughter, Maggie Gyllenhaal's adaptation of Elena Ferrante's novel, and The Power of the Dog, Jane Campion's adaptation of Thomas Savage's novel. So there you have it, darlings, a diverse and talented group of writers who have taken existing stories and breathed new life into them. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to curl up with a good book. Now let's dim the lights and shine a spotlight on the artists who paint with light, the cinematographers. These magicians transform a film set into a living, breathing world. This year's Best Cinematography nominees are a feast for the eyes. They represent a diverse range of genres and styles. First up, we have Dune, with cinematography by Greg Fraser. Fraser's work is breathtaking. Then there's The Power of the Dog, with cinematography by Ari Wegner. Wegner's work is subtle and nuanced, and The Tragedy of Macbeth, with cinematography by Bruno Delbonnel. Delbonnel's black and white work is stark and beautiful. This year, surprises come in the form of Nightmare Alley, with cinematography by Dan Laustsen, and West Side Story, with cinematography by Janusz Kaminski. So there you have it, a talented group of cinematographers who have given us visually stunning films. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to marvel at the magic of light and shadow. Well, my dears, there you have it, the BAFTA Film Awards nominations in all their glory. We've had tears, tantrums, and enough talent to light up the London skyline. Now it's up to the judges to decide who will take home those coveted masks. Who do you think will take home the awards this year? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on the BAFTA Film Awards and other entertainment news. Until next time, my darlings, stay glamorous.